All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still kicking it hard and heavy with fucking season three of Beyond the Heavy, and we're going even heavier. Okay, and I've seeked out these guys, like I just told right before I hit record. Philosopher. I already fucking love the band name because I love philosophy. Some people know that about me, but the band name is fucking sick. The new album is badass, dude. It's fucking Fires of the End. We're gonna get into that shit. I'm a fan. You guys don't even know it, right?
Yeah,
You know,
thank
um,
you.
yeah, yeah. So if you, I know this is the first time I got a triple threat. First time I got the whole band on the show. Introduce you guys. What instruments you guys play? Let's go from there.
Yeah. Well, my name is Andrew. I play lead guitar and vocals.
I'm Chevy. I play bass and backup vocals. And I'm Raymond, and I play drums.
All right, all right, nice, nice. So, I mean, let's hit the foundation, right? Let me see how did you guys come about, right? Where did the name Philosopher come about? Because I love the band name. Honestly, when I saw you guys on the bill, when I saw you guys at Death Fest, I was like, fuck, that's a badass name. I was like, fuck, I wish I thought of
Oh yeah.
that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So me and Chevy, I know him as Levi because I've known him since we were like 5 or 6, something like that. And we just kind of started like jamming, like just like throwing together riffs around
Yeah,
2014.
like 14 or something.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And we just kind of just kept going since then.
The name didn't really come from anything specific. I think I threw it out as like a suggestion because I was super into death at the time,
Ah.
and I just thought it sounded cool. And at the time, I had like just got into high school, so I was taking philosophy and like poetry and shit. So I just thought it sounded cool as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how that kind of came to be.
Okay. 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 And then talk to me about how like you guys, because you guys got two EPs out, right? Two albums out, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. I was jamming to your guys' stuff at the gym a couple months back, man.
Hell yeah.
Heavy, heavy shit, man. And I mean, but before getting into it, I mean, I want to talk to you about the sound. Right. I mean,
Mhm.
philosopher's kind of a heavy subject, right? Especially for metal, right? And death metal and any type of like heavy music, but you guys really bring it to another level as a fucking three piece. I got to give you guys kudos on that shit.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
I want to hear from, all of you guys, all three of you, just like what is it specifically? How is the chemistry? What's the writing process? Talk to me.
Yeah. No, as far as like writing goes, most of the time it's usually just kind of just me kind of like just like making riffs and stuff. But as of lately, we've been trying to kind of like start writing more as a band
Mhm.
because then we get like more of like everyone's like specific influences into the music rather than just you know like just one person's input, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, basically, I feel like a lot of our current sound is a lot of our own ideas or a lot of our own music taste. Andrew and me definitely have a lot of similar stuff with like the old school death metal sound. And Raymond definitely has a lot of like grind elements in his drumming. So I think it all kind of just all three of our personal styles kind of, at least with our current sound, is definitely molding together like that.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
because like
Okay.
you can hear too. We had an old EP from 2018 called Social Unrest. We don't really play those songs anymore, but like you can hear the progression too, because like at that point it was we were very much like a crossover kind of thrash band, and then as we got better at playing, we actually like just delved more into like the death metal thing that we're doing now.
Mhm.
It's a little bit more technical because all those songs on that EP were like 2 minutes,
So yeah,
if that.
they're
Yeah,
pretty
Oh
short.
shit.
yeah. No, they were all like just super short because like yeah, dude, is just like this is like the way like kind of
Fast,
like
fast, fast, fast.
yeah, it's just fast. There's nothing slow, and like obviously now you can hear like there's obviously still like the fast like kind of thrashy shit that's in there,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
there's also like those like slower sections like in every single song. I was just gonna say
Yeah, I was about to say
words, but no, they're in every single song. There's like some,
you I was about to say that because the new album it's a good mixture. You know, I think this is a good like I don't want to say peak because you guys have plenty of years ahead of you, but I think it's a really good foundation for you guys because there is that chug, right? You guys live in the chug, which I love, but you guys got a good ominous part, right? Like kind of like as you were saying, Andrew, like the little kind of like, hey, let's slow things down a bit. We don't have
yeah,
to be blasting 24/7, you know, which is
yeah.
great. But I want to talk about the drums, man. I'm a drummer at heart, you know. I mean, talk to me, brother. Like, where, you know, how do you keep up with these guys, man? Because I saw you at the show, brother, and fuck, it looks like you're putting down some shit, man.
No, I do, bro. Trust me. Honestly, I mean, what keeps me going through my sets, bro, is just passion. You know, I love playing drums. I love what I do. I've I used to play in 3 bands. Right now, I'm currently in two. So I do have a lot of, I guess practice. Like I'm always constantly playing, keeping up on it. I'm always trying to drink water, eat healthy.
Yeah,
I don't drink alcohol. I only smoke, weed. So it's like I try to keep a healthier lifestyle.
yeah.
Just because it's like I do demand a lot from my body when I'm playing these kind of music, especially death metal, bro. Because I have never played 10-minute songs in my life. It's insane. I'm like so used to like hardcore and like grindcore right now that it's like 1 minute to like 30-second songs, just
Yeah,
blast beats, fastness, and maybe like a slow part here and there. But
yeah,
with Philosopher, it's been a very like very like humbling and like just a overall well experience just because death metal is such a technical and like an emotion, with music. Like grindcore, it's angry, fast, and just there. But with death metal and what we're doing with Philosopher, it's like there's so much more to it. You have so much
yeah.
more emotion, so much more power, and just drive. And I think as a three-piece, dude, it sounds fucking awesome.
No, you guys are bad the fuck ass, man. I'm telling you, like I don't usually I don't ask people to come on the show, and they're very rare. If I ask you, if I seek you guys out, that means I really like you, you know, because this shit is heavy. It needs to be heard. Kind of like again like the guys that you were playing with, right? Druid, Titan's Wrath, like those are all my buddies, man. Those are all the homies. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, what's up with Philosopher though? You know, like, what's up? Well, you guys are from my perception and kind of just looking on the socials, I'm like, oh, these are the guys in the cave somewhere, some shit. You know, like what's up with these motherfuckers? Like, let's get them
Yeah.
out. Let's talk to them. Let the people fucking hear the shit. So, okay, no, but I mean, as it portrays to drums, I'm like, very versatile, right? And how does that help with you guys in the writing process?
Well, personally, what helps me is like being an overall drummer, being able to like work in these different genres and like, Andrew himself is a talented musician, bro. Like, if you've seen this guy on guitar, like you would fucking shit yourself when you seen him on drums, bro. He's really, really good. And it's just being able to learn that and like, take what I learned from him and try to imply that with our other music and what we're trying to do now. It's like, it's exciting, it's fun. And I think that there's a lot that we have like to offer and to like put out there, especially
Yeah.
with how much we're writing now and how much we're trying to push out now.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it says a lot about you guys, especially being a three piece, right? I think that's the biggest aspect, right? Andrew, when you're hearing this, man, like, I'm assuming you're taking the helm, right, in the writing process, right? But I like asking about chemistry, right? Not for dramatic reason, but I like talking about the positive parts of the chemistry, right? Like, what is a good moment for you guys to be like, hey, this is going to be the song, or hey, you know what, this is where I'll put the solo, right? Where do you guys groove in that?
Well, I feel like, I mean, in general, like we have a good, we don't argue, we don't fight like about how we feel about the song should go. We all kind of like we feel like, hey, we feel like the song should maybe go in this direction or kind of take this kind of feel. We'll talk about that and then we'll try something out and like we'll all talk about it. We'll all say how we feel about it and to kind of just put everybody kind of put an input in. It's not like it's like no one person has to say, one person has wants it to go like this. Like it's it definitely feels really open and just it's an open environment.
Yeah,
I feel like
we're all friends first for sure.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
not like just business.
Yeah,
We're definitely the chemistry is there where it's not like we practice, and then we're like done. We're like, all right, see you next week or something.
Yeah.
We hang out as friends.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like the friendship first for sure. And
Yeah.
I feel like that definitely adds to the writing process where we can kind of trust in the process of like one's creative ideas, or like, oh, this would sound cool, or like, we should do this, or like, hey, let's work on this song today. And we'll usually get that song done in like a couple days, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like going back to the thing about like friendship though. Like I've known these guys for like a long time. Like I mentioned before, I've known Levi since I was 6. Like I just turned 23, so that was almost 20 years now, which
Oh,
is
shit.
crazy.
Fuck, that's crazy.
I've met this guy.
I think I was 15. I
Yeah,
was 15 when I met these guys. We're also like, I think you guys are about to graduate or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like a freshman or sophomore, and like,
yeah,
Oh shit.
first time seeing these guys, it blew my mind, dude. Like
Yeah.
I was in like my first band ever, which was honestly not. It didn't go well at all.
That's
It was
that's
mostly, like,
everybody, man. Yeah, that's everybody's first band goes to right. Everyone
yeah,
thinks we're
it
gonna
was
be
bad.
with Iron Maiden and we're gonna tour with Metallica, all that bullshit,
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, but after seeing, this guy, Philosopher playing, it was mind blowing, dude. And it's like, dude, like people can do this, especially in like, our area, bro. We live in such a shit town. It's like, like there's not a lot of good music around here,
no,
So to see that, like, especially as like, somebody young in high school who really is like, inspired by music and who wants to do this, it's like it was amazing, I think it
yeah,
was really fucking cool to see that and to like
yeah.
inspire me for it.
That's yeah. No, and so it's a brotherhood first, is what I'm hearing. Is the
Oh,
brotherhood.
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is good, man. Which I'm happy to hear. But I want to transition into the album, man. The new album. Like, let's talk about it. Let's dish, dude. Let's fucking talk. Let's dive in heavy with it, because well, there's a couple things that grab me. Like a couple things. First and foremost, let's just start with the first. The fucking artwork, which
Oh
is like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, like they're like, fuck yeah, we nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
How did that come about? I think it's sick as fuck, man. And I let's talk about the artwork first. I'm gonna bring it up, but you guys
Yeah.
go ahead and keep going. Let's
Yeah. So I'm a really big fan of like those like I think it's like 1800s like romantic kind of like classical paintings.
okay, yeah,
Like I can't remember the guy's name. I think his name is John Martin. He did a lot of like end of civilization kind of type of paintings around that time. And yeah. Then like you can see
yeah,
too, like if you looking out like the background of like that artwork, you can see that a lot of like the like a lot of like the inspiration that the artist came from was actually from that same time period.
yeah, yeah,
Like you can see back there, you can see it's like an old kind of like Greek Roman like city,
yeah,
but in complete ruins.
yeah,
And
yeah,
even then, like you see that there's this guy down here. It's kind of like he's kind of like looking down, and you can actually see that a lot of like just like the faces and stuff
yeah,
are very reminiscent of like those like old Renaissance paintings, which I really enjoy.
yeah.
I can't really tell you why I enjoy it so much.
It's
I
just
just
it's
really like the
something.
way they look. You know?
Yeah, it's just something that like, because when I was hearing you guys, and saw you guys, I never saw your guys' Spotify yet, right? I
Mhm.
came to see support you guys and the shows and everything, and then once I started looking at the visuals, I was, oh fuck, I was like, dude, these guys are breaking barriers here, because this caught my eye, right? It's not the typical like,
Yeah.
oh, here's a skull or whatever the fuck, or
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
bullshit. Like, this is more philosophical, I mean, pun intended,
Yeah.
shit, where I was like, dude, this is nice to look at. And it grabbed me, and it was like, you never see too many bands, kind of just like sticking with a nice old school theme, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
with
You
with
know.
this stuff. So I mean, kudos to you guys, because this album cover is sick. I mean, I need it on a shirt, brother. I'm gonna be real with you.
I mean, dude, hold up. Where's the shirt at?
Because he's like, oh, we got shirts. He's got
Yeah,
shirts.
no, we do have shirts now.
Oh, nice
Yeah,
fucking promo,
we
dude.
got
Fuck
we
yeah.
got this one
Yeah.
right here.
There we
This
go.
is our
Okay.
design right here.
Nice, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So these are up on our Bandcamp. This one's going out pretty soon to someone. I think in like
Nice.
New Hampshire or something like that.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
all right,
like,
we're hitting the states, dude. We're hitting the
yeah,
states.
dude, like, all
That's
over
what's
the
up.
place.
That's what's
So,
up, dude. That's
hell
what's up.
yeah.
But talk to me about the album. My favorite, and you guys, I gotta go Side of Massacres, man. That shit fucking hits. I
Oh
mean, they're
yeah.
all good. They're all fucking bangers. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
Hmm.
just the intro, dude. I'm just like, fuck. Like, talk to me about like, the writing process for this one. Like, what was the inspiration?
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
behind it? What's up, everybody? Want to jump in really quick to tell you about one of my favorite brands and my brothers over at Heavy Defender Merch. Heavy Defender Merch products are a must-have for any heavy metal fan. Their banners, pins, and apparel is made from high-quality materials that feature bold, eye-catching designs that are truly to capture the essence of the metal lifestyle. The shirts are comfortable and durable as hell, man. The hoodies are perfect for when you're leaving the whiskey and it's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, it's cold as shit. Heavy Defenders offers a great selection of products for any metalhead looking to represent their passion in freaking style. With unique designs and quality material, hey, check out HDM.
So this is kind of like a weird story. So with the last EP that came out, I was actually completely dead set on ending the band because we had a guitar player who we don't talk about. So
there's always that one dude, huh? Right? There's always that
yeah,
one
yeah, there's always
motherfucker.
just that one guy, but
That
like
fucker.
there's
Yeah.
just like a lot of like issues with them, but that's completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
But around that time I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm done. Like I'm ready to move on to something different
Yeah.
because like it was just like a whole lot of like issues. Even recording that album was like really weird, or that EP was really weird. And then and I just kept writing a bunch of just like songs, which wound up being two of which are actually on the album, which is the title track and Smoldering Ruins that I wrote back in 2021, and that was supposed to be kind of like for like a new project. And I don't really know why, but for whatever reason, I was just kind of like, nah, I should probably still stick with this one band, like just to see how far I can like, excuse me, just kind of like stretch it out.
Ah,
So those songs are old-ish. Like
okay.
I have like several recordings of those over the years, but like the first drafts of those were in 2021. And then that's kind of how like that process kind of started. And then as we got Raymond in the band and Levi came back, he we just kind of like started writing more stuff, and those ended up being the middle three tracks,
Ah,
or
gotcha.
I should say Side of Massacres and Approaching the Gallows. And Barren Wastelands of War was supposed to be like another track on the self-titled EP. I just
Okay.
never got around to recording it.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, because I mean, you guys, all three of you guys sound phenomenal, man. Did you guys? And I know you guys have recorded maybe the first one. I think the first EP or first album. You guys recorded with my buddy Kyle,
Yeah,
right?
I recorded that with Kyle just by myself.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But what did we go to Kyle for this one for the new album?
No, we
No,
actually just did that all in my garage.
no, really?
Yeah, yeah, we
Wow.
recorded it
Holy shit.
on a fucking Tascam like Porta Studio.
Okay.
We just did all that, like nothing like aside from like the mixing, like recording it was all done like on a Tascam unit.
Oh
And I
shit.
took all the tracks, imported them into my computer, and just kind of like mixed them and got them sounding the way I wanted them to sound. And I think not to sound like
Not to toot your own horn.
yeah, not to toot my own
Nah,
horn.
dude, tune it. Fuck it, dude,
I,
tune
I think I did a pretty good
it.
job. I think I got all the levels balanced. I think all the drums can be heard like really clearly. I
Yeah.
think the guitars sound like really good.
The
I
bass
really
needed to
like the
be
way
up
the
though.
bass tone turned out on that. The
It
bass tone
has
turned out fucking
it had to be up though.
insane.
No, I'm just kidding. It was great. It was great. I'm just messing with you. Yeah. No. So I mean, like, with recording drums.
Yeah.
you know, that's a hard motherfucking process, man. I'm be real with
Yeah.
with Burning Legion. I'm just like, all right, what's up, easy drummer? You know, but having,
Yeah.
you know, but like,
Yeah.
you know, how was that process for you guys? Because we didn't have a producer, we didn't have Kyle, right? We
Yeah.
just, you know, we just coming in. You know, how did that
It's just
go?
scary, man. Let me just say that, bro. It's like, in the middle of a song that's 3 minutes long, it's like if I make a slip up, a noticeable slip up, it's like
Start over.
Yeah,
Start
yeah,
over.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, dude. All those drum tracks are all like single takes too. Like we didn't like punch
oh
in or
shit,
punch out or anything. We just
yeah.
kind of
oh
like
shit.
I was like just playing along while Raymond played drums, and I just hit record, and it like all the songs were just like they were just like one take basically,
Yeah.
no edits,
Yeah.
no nothing.
Yeah.
So I
So
had to get it right, There are some songs that I had to, I guess, attempt a couple times, but like, I had to play through the whole song to get it,
Fuck.
recorded in the way that it sounds. So it
Hey,
was difficult, but it was really fun. Like a really cool accomplishment for me to be able to be like, wow, I played that, like
yeah.
those long songs. And
yeah,
it's fire, dude. I'm so
Well,
proud of
it's like you're making it seem like they're that long. I'm looking at them like they're like 5 minutes long, close to 6 minutes. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Well, what
yeah,
we're used to playing is like
yeah,
pretty short shit, like
yeah.
6 minutes
yeah.
long. Now all of our new stuff is like pretty much like 8 minutes plus.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have
Oh shit.
some new stuff in the works too. We have this one song that we actually played in San Diego for the first time called "Death Conquers All." I don't really know when it's going to be released, but that song is like just about like 10, 11 minutes long.
That's a hard song
That's a
too.
really hard fucking
That's a
song,
hard song.
but it's sick. There's a lot of parts in it that's just kind of like it's just crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Because and what I want to ask, you know, for you, Levi, right? Or you know, how as a bass player coming into this, right, into this approach, because it's a lot of heavy guitars, a lot of pounding drums, fast drums, right? Where did you feel about coming into the mix? How was your approach with your brothers here on recording that,
Oh
man? Talk to
man.
me.
I mean, a lot of the times I definitely like to like fatten up the mix. Like
Okay.
I'm very like scooping my mids and shit, like just making it sound like it's just to kind of level it out super well. A lot of the times, our stuff's pretty melodic at parts, which is probably the funnest part for me because I get to like write or follow along with like the guitar melodies.
Yeah.
Uh, this newest song that we have has like two bass solos in it,
Oh, nice.
which is really fun. But yeah, a lot of the times
Hey,
it's just
congrats.
thank you, thank you, yeah. A lot of times, yeah, it's just like I really enjoy just like fattening up the mix, like just making it sound as like beefy as possible. Or if it's like a melodic part, I really like when the bass is harmonizing with the guitar,
Yeah.
like just to kind of give it that extra element, like even playing up like another octave, just to kind of give it that fullness to it, if that
Ah,
makes sense.
no, that makes perfect sense. It makes a lot of sense. But I mean, you're a pick player, right? You play with a
Oh,
pick.
I play with my fingers.
Oh, you play with your fingers? Okay,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, you got a good clank in
Thank
in
you,
the
thank you.
in
Yeah,
the in the.
I dig into those damn strings
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm like he's. I don't know. I can't tell. You know, because sometimes you can't tell if there's enough clank, maybe a pick, maybe a not.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so which is great. Which is great. You guys sound phenomenal with that.
Thank you, thank
You
you.
know, but I mean, look, what's the subject matter though, right? You know, or what came to you to this subject matter? We're like, hey, we're philosophers, so let's talk about this, or or we're like,
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, a lot of it, especially the most like our album that just came out, is a lot of about just like end of the world shit,
yeah,
That
like super like desolate desperation, just like themes of just like yeah, just total desperation basically.
mm,
As far as lyrics themes, that's all Andrew.
yeah, and it pretty much yeah, Levi pretty much just nailed it as far as lyrical things go. It's just kind of like very much like end of the world stuff. I mean, the title's called Fires at the End, so it has to be, you know. So, but like, I kind of take that and like do like a little bit of twist on it, like, as far as like lyrics go, especially for the song Fires at the End, because I really like this. Is gonna sound so stupid, but I really like the show Ancient Aliens,
oh, yeah, yeah,
and
it's
and
cool.
like dude,
It's a cool
like
show.
it is a cool show.
It
Like
is nice.
some of the points they make are so dumb, but like
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
be totally honest, like some of it's really stupid, but every once in a while you'll get like a really good point that makes you think. You're like, huh, like that makes too much sense. So
yeah.
like pretty much the title track of Fires at the End, uh, the title track, the lyric themes of that is kind of like taking the book of Revelation and taking a spin on it and making it seem kind of like from like a viewpoint that's kind of more of like science fiction, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
No, no, I got you. I picked
Because
it up. Yeah, yeah,
one of the main points that the show makes is like all like the gods and like the demons, angels and shit are all like
yeah,
aliens, you know,
yeah,
and like humanity being as primitive as we were at that point in time, like weren't able to comprehend it, and that song specifically kind of just delves into that kind of like weird ancient alien thing while
ah,
keeping it kind of grounded in like a biblical story. So it's kind
yeah,
of just like a different like interpretation of the Book of Revelation.
yeah. No, and it hits, dude. It really hits. It really hits because I'm more like when I'm hearing it, I'm more focused on like because you guys have such a sound, right? And one of the things that I like to ask some of the guests I have
Mhm.
is like how would you describe I know that's such a stupid question, right? But I mean it's a good question too, because it's like how would you describe you guys, right? Because I was showing my buddy you guys and he's like, oh, it's like heavy doom, or like I'm like, well, doom is heavy, stupid ass, but like
Yeah.
like how would you describe, and I can't describe you guys, but I want to hear from you guys. How would you guys put you
I
guys
mean, we've always had that problem. We've
Yeah.
never really known how to describe like our sound, like our genre, because
Yeah.
we've
yeah,
never really been like too death metally or too thrashy or too black metally or too doomy. It's kind of just been like, like I said earlier, it's kind of just uh like what our favorite bands and sounds are, and we kind of mold them together to make our own sound. Like
Yeah.
I've even told Andrew before that like we don't really have like we are our own genre. It feels like because it's
Yeah.
like our sound is similar to like X, Y, and Z, but it doesn't fit into the genre of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like a lot of like the main influences on this album was like mostly like Sadistic Intent. Autopsy was a really big one. Um, Morbid Angel too, to an extent.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean
Um,
the imagery, a little bit of
yeah,
it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the imagery, like the lyrics. Morbid Angel is like a big one.
The Pete
Repulsion.
Sandoval drumming over here. I got
So
you. I
yeah,
got you.
yeah, straight up. But
Yeah, I got you.
Repulsion too, because like the songs like are very thrashy, but they're kind of like they like kind of edge a little bit of on like kind of crust punk and deviant a little bit too,
It is. It
which is
is.
kind of
Yeah.
like a cool little like nice little touch in there, kind of keeping it a little bit more like
Yeah.
I don't know, like some parts are like really simple that have like inside of Massacre, it's very like like kind of that kind of beat, and then it just gets like slow and like crazy and shit. I don't know, like we've had this discussion before. We just never been able to really pinpoint it because like we have we have like so many different influences that like it's kind of just an amalgamation of everything. If
Yeah.
it makes
Yeah.
sense. Like you
It
can
no, it
hear the
does.
thrash, you can hear like the death metal stuff, you can hear like bits and pieces of like even grindcore in there sometimes. You can hear the
Melodic shit.
yeah, you can hear it, especially in Smoldering Ruins, like that
Yeah.
part's like the end, like that middle part is very melodic. It's very like almost kind of classical like guitar influence.
Yeah.
It's
Because
just
you guys aren't afraid to step away too. You guys see that's what I'm understanding about you guys is that, and maybe that's why I gravitate you guys to a lot is that you guys are like, hey, yeah, it's heavy. Like we know that, like it's gonna be fucking heavy, but
yeah,
it's like, what in what realm can we really put this heavy in, right? You're like, hey,
yeah,
yeah, like, hey, how can we make this like as you said at the end of that song, hey, let's make it melodic, but it's heavy, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I know exactly. That's exactly the point because
I
it's
think
yeah,
that's a big thing though, is like we don't really a lot of our sound and songs like like with Andrew's writing process and now our writing process together, it's like we don't really we're not like, all right, let's sit down and write a death metal song or something. We just
yeah,
kind of like have, say like a death metal sounding riff and then maybe like like a black metal part here, like a doom part at the end or something. You know, we at the very like at the end of the day, we definitely write songs that we ourselves like to listen to.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
definitely write shit that we like. You know, instead of
Yeah.
trying to fit into a mold of like black metal or doom metal and whatnot.
Yeah.
And,
And like,
and I think, yeah, I think it's important. It's sorry to cut you off, Andrew. I'll let you talk right now, but
oh no,
like
it's all
that's
good.
I just really want to like specify like how important that is and how great that is, because especially with you young cats and everything, the newer generation is like, dude, fuck the labels, right? Like,
Yeah,
hey, let's
Yeah.
just play
definitely.
heavy ass shit. And I can't stress that enough how important that is, because some young cats are gonna be like, oh, we're a thrash band, or oh, we're a death metal band, and
Yeah.
then or new metal or whatever, this deathcore shit, whatever. It's like, dude,
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone's invited to the fucking barbecue, bro. Like, just it's
Yeah.
heavy shit.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
what were you gonna say, Andrew? I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
dude.
No, dude, it's all good. I was just gonna say like kind of going back to what you were talking about, but like all these like bands being like, oh, we're death metal, we're like thrash or whatever the fuck it is. Like I've kind of like because I'm a huge death metal fan. Like that's like the main thing I listen to, and I just keep hearing like a lot of bands that just sound so much of like the same, like
Yeah,
Cookie
yeah,
the,
cutter.
yeah, very like they're very cookie cutter. Like every band is like now is like ripping off like Incantation and Mortician, and those are both really good bands by themselves.
of
But then
course.
now everyone is kind of like is like taking that style and just kind of that's all they're doing. They're not really doing anything with it. Like the biggest one that I can think of is what is it? Two Mold. They actually broke their own mold with they started out as like a very like incantation-y kind of like worship band. They're one of the first to do that. And then this last album they put out was like
Great.
that album's so good, dude. It's
No, no.
like cynic. But like it sounds like nothing like the older stuff. And I appreciate it when bands can really like do that and actually like step out of like the style like confines of what they're doing
Mm,
and also do it like really well, like the way
yeah,
they did it.
yeah.
But like I think it's just like after seeing all these bands that kind of just sound so samey, I'm just kind of like, well, let's just do our own thing and then we'll stand out no matter what, you know?
Yeah, yeah. No, and,
Yeah.
and that and it really, it's a testament to you guys, because it's like, well, let's just play heavy shit. Because it actually, to be honest with you, it really fits the name as philosopher, right? Because philosophy is a very abstract concept, right? And so you
Yeah.
guys are a very abstract band, where it's like, hey, we just know it's heavy, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Which is fucking awesome. But
Yeah.
I want to kind of move in. It's like, to go beyond the heavy. I kind of want to just see, like, what is the message that you're trying to convey to your fans? What is it that you guys, what is, like, if they were to ask you, hey, what is Philosopher about? Like, we know it's heavy, but what is Philosopher, like, what could you tell them?
Shit.
That
That's a
I
deep
That's a
ass
yeah, no,
question.
I
philosophical
did.
question, huh?
I never like looked that far into it before. Dude,
I mean, really, like I said earlier, like we're all like at the very end of the day, we're all friends first.
Yeah,
Like the band is definitely like what we do together, but it's like that's the thing we do together. So like if we're definitely pushing some sort of like narrative or something, it would definitely be like brotherhood, I guess, for sure. And just playing whatever the fuck we want. Like we're
yeah,
not trying to sound like any specific genre. I think we definitely have influences for sure, but trying to we're not trying to be posers. Basically, is what
yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
is what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying.
No, of course, yeah.
A lot of our music and themes is definitely more like on the like death or like almost a like pseudo religious type of vibe, but like we're not like pushing those narratives. We're
yeah.
just like writing shit that we think sounds cool or would be a cool idea for a song. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So yeah, and that's something that people could look at as philosopher, right? Like, just kind of going deep with it, you know. But I gotta ask, again, going back to the three piece, it's a powerful thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing. Any word of maybe throwing a second guitar player, anything like that
Well,
eventually
we
down the
used
road.
to be a four piece.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
used to play rhythm guitar, but our previous bass player, rest in peace, Jesse Ramos. He played bass for us for a while, but then life started happening. He couldn't really make time with like work and his girl and stuff. So I originally was playing guitar in Philosopher, then I swapped to bass, then I left, and then when I came back, I was back on guitar. So I didn't have any problem going back to bass because I had already, I played bass before. I knew how to play it. I didn't have a problem with, going from rhythm guitar to bass. And I think the three-piece definitely makes it a lot easier, but I think it gives it almost a unique sound on its own because, when it's like a solo and it's just like a fat bass, like playing the rhythm behind it, it just sounds cool as fuck.
Thank
And
you. Yeah, because fuck, man, you telling me, man, like sometimes when you listen to old school Pantera, when
oh
we,
yeah,
the drums, it'd be like, Vinny and Rex in the background just kind of
yeah.
grooving. Oh man, that shit's heavy as fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
that it's definitely we've always, even before this album released, way back in the day, we've always been a three piece. It's just
or like some combination of like guitar and bass.
yeah. It's always
two guitars.
yeah, it's always just been like one guitar, one bass, drums, and some vocals. Like, it just keeps it easy. It gives it that more unique sound to what we really enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say like you guys are pretty much like the Grand Funk of like death metal, and I fucking love Grand Funk. That's like one of my top bands of all time, man. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I want to hear again, coming back to the drums, man, when you hear this, right? Because there's times in the album, right, that I wanted to specifically ask you that you kind of stepping back a bit, right? Is that something you're like, is that an innate nature, or is that something you're like, you know what, let me just absorb what's happening and I don't have to go blasting all the time, right? Because that's something I really liked about your drumming in this album, that you're like, I don't have to fucking, because like I think everybody, and I think you guys can agree, we're fucking tired of like, yeah, blast beats are cool and shit, but like motherfucker, pull back sometimes,
Yeah, yeah.
I want to
Mm,
hear from you about this.
yeah, well, honestly, I mean, aside from it just being like, a slow part, because, like Andrew said, we're trying to transition to like not just straight fast music all the time. We want to have a more atmosphere, like slower parts, just kind of like that. Aside from it being just part of the music and just giving it that life, having those, I guess, little pauses and breaks, it's like helps me breathe, bro. It helps me stay on top of it and like, maybe slip in some a drink of water real quick.
Yeah.
I try to utilize the little time that I have, little spaces I have to really like get myself going through the rest of it, because it's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
It's it's been tough, but I do just try to like utilize all those breaks, all those pauses, all the slower moments. I'm sorry, because even playing on the slower part, it's I could breathe better and maintain my energy better than if I was just playing like a DB straight to a blast beat, back to
Yeah.
back kind of thing.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because I mean, that's probably second nature for you now. You're like, I got it, fool. I got it. It's cool. It's cool, right?
yeah, no, yeah, of
Yeah.
course it is. But I am a human and I do need like a breath of air sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I think it just gives it life. Like it doesn't need to be just straight drums the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I believe that as a drummer, like you got to play for the music, not like you got to drive the music. I mean, yeah, drums are a driven part of the music, but it's
Yeah.
like it can't overpower. It can't just be what everybody hears and just like, oh, like he's a loud drummer. Like, oh, he can
Yeah.
play fast. He
Yeah.
knows how to do that. But like, can I fit in the music? Can I like feel the emotion of it, what everybody's doing, and like come together with that kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's what it's more about for me.
No, and it's funny because it is something. You're right. You're absolutely right, brother. Because what I felt it when I saw you guys, it was probably the last song. You guys were going crazy. I think that was a long one. I think it was like 7 minutes. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
the last song
Yeah,
we
yeah.
play is usually a
Yeah,
long
and I was like,
one.
"Fuck, you guys are like." I was waiting for you to just like push it over, like like Keith Moon and shit. I'm like, "Oh fuck," like you know, fucking, go to hell with it, But it was one of those like, okay, these cats are doing it because they love it. It's like, okay, we don't have to be in 4/4 all the time or whatever it has to be. It's
Oh
just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
dude, it's live. It's the live version, and that's
Yeah.
what's so great.
It's
But I want
passion, bro. I mean, honestly, I
yeah.
love what I do. You know, I love playing music. I love playing drums, and playing with Philosopher and what we do. It's like I love what we play. You know, it's fun. I feel so just in my element, I
Yeah.
feel amazing when I do it, and it's awesome. And I just when you see me play live, it's like I'm in it, bro. I'm in
You
there.
are, dude. You are. You're like, okay, hold on, fuck. All right, I gotta
I'm
focus
just
this way.
locked in, bro. Like I'm just like in my mind, I'm just like so into what I'm
Counting.
doing. Yeah, counting, just like listening, and just
Fucking tunnel vision.
it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I mean, I mean, of course, we all have our shows where like equipment will fuck up or something will happen.
That's what I want to ask you. I want to ask you guys. I mean, you guys have played a lot of shows, right? You guys are coming up. You guys are fighting. I love it. Has anything embarrassing happened to you guys?
Oh, all the time. On a new person, me. Yes,
I was
me.
gonna say, I'm gonna drop.
Yeah, bro,
Hey everybody, jumping in real quick just to let you know about today's sponsor, Metal and Iron. Are you a gym goer? Do you like listening to metal? Do you like lifting heavy? Well, Metal and Iron's got you covered with shirts and designs that are there to let people know that you're about the heavy lifestyle. None of this Gymshark shit, none of this Adidas, Nikes, nah, you're there to lift the heavy shit. So check it out. Use the code BEYONDHEAVY for 15% off and let them know Mayhem sent you.
I mean, you see how fast I play. Sometimes like my stick will slip out of my hand. I'll drop something. I'll
Oh shit.
I played on kits before where it's not a comfortable setup for me. So, like, let's say if I'm trying to do like a fill on the toms, they're either like a lot closer to me than I'm used to, or a lot farther than me. So the reach is different. And with little things like that, with me personally, like it will mess me up, and like it will cause me to either drop a stick or to think differently to I guess about a part, and me overthinking that I'll mess up sometimes.
Fuck.
So it does happen. I'll admit that, but
I like that one show we played with Hunter where the stage you were like,
Oh,
my
dude,
God,
yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's hear. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it.
That was at Till 2, yeah.
Till 2 bar. The stage I was playing on, it was a cool stage. It was really nice, but it was a little too small for the drums because
Yeah.
in the back of it, right where I was sitting, there was like a crevice, like a crack, like
Oh
when we
fuck.
grown. What the seat thing, the little bar, it fell into it, and
Oh
like
shit.
the whole song I'm playing it standing up, like just trying to like keep it going, while I'm just playing like this.
Oh shit.
Dude, and like ironically too, that was probably like one of our best performances.
Yeah,
too.
you played really
Like
good.
that was pretty funny. And you were like falling back like into the door that was right behind
Yeah,
you.
it's like half of the song standing up.
Yeah,
Like,
and like that was like actually like one of the best performances we
It was
played.
cool.
Like, it was pretty
Shit.
funny.
stuff like that. But I've been playing drums for like 6 years at this point. I've learned how to recover and how to like.
Holy shit, 6 years, dude. You've been
6
playing it. It
years.
sounds like you've been playing it for like fucking 10 or 15, bro. Like
No,
goddamn.
I joined school band like in my 8th grade year, and then I took it all through high school. And I think I graduated 2021 technically. So I mean, that's what like 5, 6. I
Yeah.
think almost 7 years maybe, but I think like I think I started later in my 8th grade year. So I guess like high school when I like really started getting into it.
Get into it. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's cool,
no,
man.
6 years.
Goddamn, damn. Yeah. And like you guys said earlier, you guys have known each other for quite some time, right? So
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you guys grew
I
up.
met Andrew around the time I started drumming too. So he seen me when I was just I was awful, dude.
The humble beginnings, in other words.
Yeah,
Right?
no, of course, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like it was all inspiration and passion, like seeing them how they played and stuff like that. It made me want it more, So
Yeah.
possibly, bro. Like I've worked hard for all these years to practice and to do what I can do now.
Yeah. No, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So what is next for Philosopher, man? The album's out. We gotta fucking, what's going on? What's
Yeah, man.
happening?
I don't know.
Just writing now.
Yeah, dude,
Writing
like-
more shit. I mean, it's kind of like once you put the album out, it's just like nose to the grindstone. Just go right back at it.
Yeah.
Just keep playing shows, writing more shit. Just kind of evolving our sound in our own way. Not we're not going to start playing pop punk or anything. But, molding our sound even more. But definitely writing and playing shit somewhat for sure.
All right, yeah. Because I haven't seen anything on your guys' site about like any shows coming up or anything, or maybe I might be mistaken, but
Yeah,
any shows coming up?
Probably not. Like I guess it's the end of the year,
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, 2024 is just around the corner.
That is
and,
true. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
we're,
yeah.
we're gonna be looking for a lot and for that, you know, to start
Yeah.
playing more.
Yeah. I know we're planning on playing up north too, like Northern California, San Francisco, because like our sound is kind of like a big thing, like up north.
Okay.
Like it's like when you go to like
Yeah, cause
SLO,
yeah,
even
'cause- yeah,
even like the Central Valley too. Like I see like videos of like just like bands that are like not like huge, but like still pretty big.
yeah,
Like there's always like every time like there's a show up there, it's always like everyone's there. So
yeah,
like that's kind of I feel like that's kind of like the next step for us is to kind of start moving up out of like this just this area that we're in. That's just like the fucking Inland Empire, Los Angeles, and
SoCal
San
in
Diego.
general.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Because I feel like the scene here. I mean, you guys got a good cohort, like I said, with Druid, Titans, Wrath, cats like that,
yeah,
But it's like I feel like the market is not there. Like it's not booming the
Yeah.
way it
yo,
should.
yeah,
For sure.
one
Yeah.
hundred
Because I'm watching you guys. I'm like, where the fuck is everybody? You know what I mean?
percent.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? It's a death fest. Like, like what the fuck is happening, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
again, it's like because you guys are kind of close to the Temecula area, right? You guys
yeah,
are.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're from Hemet.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
It's like
guys are from
uh,
Heaven.
25
Yeah.
minutes away.
Yeah. And so like, and I used to work in Heaven, so I know like, dude, it's desolate. It's like,
Dude,
Yeah.
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 like
There's
there ain't
nothing going on.
shit.
There's nothing here, dude. There's like now there's only like $700,000 track homes. And, like
Yeah.
nothing to do with fucking
There
things.
ain't nothing. And if for you guys to play a show in LA, that's a fucking mission, dude. That's
Yeah.
like,
It's always 2 hour drives for us every
Yeah.
show we play.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Dude, I know
I
we just played in San Diego on the 29th of October.
That was actually a pretty short drive.
Yeah,
too,
yeah, no,
compared
it's
to
like
what we normally
yeah,
do.
dude. And like when we were driving out there, I was just kind of like I was like, damn, we're already almost here. I was like, I felt like it like I was kind of just like joking around. I was like, dude, it feels incomplete.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that we drove so little to go play a show. It's
Yeah.
so weird. But every time we go to LA, it's always like hour 45 minimum.
Yeah.
On like a really shitty traffic day, it's probably like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sucks, but
Well, no, and
no,
then
that's just a part of it, you know?
well, I mean, I don't know what's going on with LA, dude. It's not popping anymore, man. It's not. I don't know what's
Yeah,
up
for
with
sure.
and you.
Definitely
And
with the death metal scene, for sure.
Yeah.
exactly. Like even if it's thrash or whatever, straight heavy or whatever, I'm like, you guys aren't getting the love. I don't even know what
Yeah.
fucking happened
Yeah.
because you young cats are coming out swinging, and I'm just like with me, if I was like fucking 20 years back or when I was 18, I would be like, dude, what the fuck, like these like sign these motherfuckers now, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't know what's going on with the scene. I don't know if people are pandemic bullshit. I don't know what's going on, but if you guys could find tap different markets, tap different areas, all for it, man.
Yeah.
Do it, dude, because people need to hear it, man. That's why I'm doing the
Yeah.
podcast. I'm like, motherfuckers got to hear shit.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. I know,
Yeah.
but going back to like the LA thing, like I feel like a lot of like at least like the good metal bands, like I think it shifted from like Los Angeles even a few years ago. There was a lot of bands coming from Los Angeles. I think a lot of it is now coming from NorCal,
Yeah.
like San Francisco, especially like bands in the death metal genre. Like we got
Buried.
Reburied, and even like the Pacific Northwest too. I feel like it all kind of moved up there. I can't really say why it did, but I don't know if it's just colder, like more depressing. Like I
I
don't
don't know if
fucking
you're more
know.
sad as shit. Who knows?
Yeah, so like I don't know if I
Yeah.
don't know if it's that, but like but like a lot. I'm sorry, it's crazy.
Going through some mental health shit, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, but like dude, like a lot of like we played with a lot of bands that were from up north,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like every time we played with them, they've always told us like, you guys need to come up north.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that thing that became really apparent. We played this show with Abhorrency last year. I was talking to their bass player Jensen, and he was saying he was telling us he's like you guys need to come up to Sacramento where they're from. We're like oh shit, like all right, yeah, no, we'll do that. And then earlier this year we played with another band from Seattle, and we were talking to them for like fucking hour and a half, something like that. They were telling us like come up play Seattle. We're like okay,
Yeah.
and then after
Because
that,
it's that easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, they're like, you just got to do
All
it.
right.
We can't even rent a car yet. None of us are fucking 25. So it's like, damn. But like, like every time like we play with the band that's up north, it becomes more apparent that we would probably fit in more up there.
Yeah.
Like we played a Chasm Fest this year back in August, and I actually met the with the band called Vile Rights, and their guitar player is also currently touring in Mortuis, and he was telling us like we got to get up to San Francisco, and I'm like, all right, now at this point we have too many reasons, but we have like no reason to not go anymore.
Yeah.
So like it's just kind of just a matter of time of just like, okay, now we just need to just go fucking do it, because like
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. It's like that's kind of like the next step is playing up north,
Yeah.
because like around here there's not a whole lot for the kind of music that we play. Like there's obviously like bands that play like death metal stuff, but it's more apparent once you get past like Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Start getting more like up north, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean, because I don't know what happened, man. I honestly don't know what happened. It did the scene just kind of. I want to say prior to the pandemic, man, there was an okay scene. There was a
Yeah.
decent, I want to say, but because we had LA that you guys were able to go play like the Whiskey or the Viper
Yeah.
Room and stuff like that. But that shit ain't even happening anymore, man. Like there's no, and even the metal bands that are, they're not like. I mean, I'm not talking shit, but it's not like
it ain't
metal.
hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I mean, it's like softer, like hard rock stuff, which is cool, whatever, whatever people want to write and shit. But but I mean, like true, like for the hard hitters and for the bangers like us, like we're like, where's the heavy shit? Like
Yeah.
there's no love anymore. So I mean, that's why I want to say to you guys, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't stop. Like just keep handling business, keep throwing it down, and making it heavy because people still need to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
the plan.
Yeah,
Just
man.
keep
Yeah,
fucking just doing what we're doing, and
and
just
keep
kind of
slamming.
just seeing where it goes.
You like
There
got
you
some
go.
Oregon trails we used for.
Yeah,
Trail?
yeah,
Drummer,
dude. They're
yeah,
from
dude.
fucking like what, Kentucky or some
I
shit.
think the drummer was from like Virginia.
That was the
something
bass,
like that.
the bass player from Kentucky.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it is.
We've been told this for.
It's
a
just
couple
Yeah.
California.
already.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
California just fucking sucks, dude. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And there's this it's that we're in barren wastelands, dude, when it fucking comes to like heavy shit, So
No.
yeah. But guys, I gotta put a pin on today, man. I fucking love talking to you guys. You guys are awesome dudes,
Yeah,
man.
Hell yeah,
thanks
dude.
for having
Yeah.
us, man.
You're fucking awesome to have a fucking, the triple threat come on to the show first time. Guys. So anything that you guys want to plug, any where can they find you? Where can they do all the stuff? Let us know.
Philosopher Death at Instagram, Philosopher on Spotify, Bandcamp,
Yeah.
YouTube.
We might be on Facebook.
No,
Well,
that shit's long gone.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. And then
Now
the
I'm
new
putting
album.
$1 on Bandcamp. Just buy it.
There it is. All right. And the new album is out, right? Is
Yeah,
it
it's
streaming
out.
every
100%. It is
it's streaming, right? I give it a
Streaming
5.
on Spotify, YouTube,
everywhere.
everywhere.
You can find it.
Gotcha. No, give it. I want you guys, and I'm gonna say it on record while we're recording. Hey, I'm gonna have an end of the year special with another buddy of mine who has a podcast. So
Okay.
be on the lookout for your guys' stuff, man. Watch.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
You guys,
Fuck
yeah.
Oh,
So,
Oh, yeah.
but guys, thank you so much for your time, man. I fucking and thanks for rescheduling because you could fucking still hear it, But
yeah, no worries, man.
no, dude, it's all good.
you know how it is, man. Fucking
Yeah.
yeah. All right, let me.